2023 at 7 p.m. in the Aldermanic Chamber. Let's start the meeting by taking a roll call attendance. Mr. Clerk?
Alderman Patricia Clee.
Here.
Alderman at Large Michael B. O'Brien Sr.
Present.
Alderman Richard A. Dowd.
Present.
Alderman Thomas Lopez is here. And Alderman Melbourne Moran Jr.
Here.
And that is 5.
Yep, you're all here.
And we have 5 members in attendance. Also in attendance is Attorney Perlman, Mr. Goodhue, Mr. Ware, Mr. Torres, Mr. Boisvert, Mr. Tedler, and Mr. Huell. And there is no one absent. Public comment? Seeing none. Communications?
We have received a communication from Larry D. Goodhue, Chief Executive Officer, regarding Pennichuck Corporation quarterly report to the sole shareholder for the quarter ended March 31st, 2023.
There being no objection, I will accept the communication and place it on file. I'm not quite sure how to handle this. We also got 2 other documents as well that the members do have, and I want them to put in the record. Do I need someone to?
Just say without objection, right?
Well, I think we need to make a motion, right? Or do
I think I make a motion to receive the communications consisting of 2 maps
Yes.
to be included in the meeting.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There being none, we will have Donna put those in the minutes and accept them. Unfinished business.
We have no unfinished business.
New business resolutions.
There is none.
New business ordinances.
There is none.
Tabled in committee.
We have, well, should I make a motion?
You have to make a motion, yes.
I'd like to make a motion to remove from the table R23-123.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And that motion carries. Okay, now you need to make another motion.
I'd like to make a motion to recommend final passage of R23-123, authorizing the granting of an easement to Pennichuck Water Works, Inc. for the construction and maintenance of a water line.
Okay, we don't have to vote on that yet, right? We have to have the conversation first. Mr. Goodhue, Mr. Torres, and anybody else who'd like to come up. Attorney Perlman?
Bring the attorney.
Yes, no, bring the attorney up, yes. Have a seat in any of the empty spaces.
Thank you. This is Larry Goodhue, CEO of Pennichuck, and joining me up front here are John Boisvert, our chief engineer, and Pete Tedder, our one of our engineering managers. The reason I have them joining here is very germane to the issue. The other members of the Pennichuck team are here and available for questions should they be needed.
Okay. I'm just going to make a brief comment about this. The reason why this was tabled was because there was a conversation as to perhaps a potential new location of the original proposed. And I'd like to, again, make this very clear, a comment that I made before. This is not Pennichuck requesting this easement. This is the building company, Raisinin, that is actually requesting this. As an added benefit to this, there's almost 50 homes that will have the benefit of having additional pressure to it. So, Mr. Perlman, was there anything you'd like to comment on this?
Madam Chair, members of the committee, thank you very much for having me. Andy Perlman, attorney with Purdy and Perlman here in Nashua. Madam Chair, we had a very good site walk on May 23rd where the full contingent of the applicant, Raisinin Homes Elite, and his team, Pennichuck, the city, and we agreed to the new location of the water line that runs right along the existing Greeley Park roadway, and that works for Raisinin Homes. I believe it works for Pennichuck, so it was a good meeting all around. Fieldstone Land Consultants came up with a new plan that's before you tonight. Working with Attorney Leonard and Mr. Goodhue, we submitted an updated easement for the committee's consideration, as well as the Board of Aldermen. And Madam Chair, I'm just going to make one correction on that easement, because I grabbed it a little too quickly this morning, and this was the draft before Celia Leonard requested that the city convey quitclaim covenants, not warranty covenants, in this deed. And that's the only change that I was a little bit of haste this morning.
So, may I again ask you to repeat that? It's quick.
Sure. In the first paragraph, the easement deed reads, "The city of Nashua grants to Pennachuck the easement with warranty covenants," in capitalized letters. Celia, being very protective of the city, Attorney Leonard, said she approves this easement provided that language says quit claim covenants instead of warranty covenants, and that's the only change.
Okay, can I get someone to make that amendment?
So moved.
Okay, and so Alderman Dowd has made the amendment to change on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, line 6, where it says warranty covenants, to say quick claim covenants. Well, just for the record anyways, we will vote on that. All those in favor?
Aye.
And those opposed? Okay. Thank you. for
Thank
that
you. That's all I
correction.
had. We are hopeful for a positive recommendation back to the Board of Aldermen. We are before the Planning Board this Thursday night. We are before the Board of Public Works next week. And then I believe the Aldermen on the 27th.
I believe that is the case. So just again, for the record, this will come here tonight. From here, it will go to the Planning Board, Board of Public Works, and then it will get a final decision from the Board of Aldermen at the end of the month, the last meeting of June. And that would, if given a favorable, that would allow Mr. Resnick to be able to move on with his build. For those of you who have this document in your hand, you will see that it moves from the original concept was the red outline there, which will be in the record, moved to the blue outline. I spoke to Mr. Hudson today. He agrees completely with this. He was also on that walkthrough. He had a lot of input into this, speaking with Fieldstone, with Pennichuck, and Mr. Resnick and so on. He said that he was unable to make it this evening, but he will be at the next two meetings of both the Planning Board and the Board of Public Works, so if at any time something did come up, he could bring it up at that point. I see no issue with this. The city has said that they would do the paving, because this is a road that needs to be paved anyway, so the contractor would not be on the hook for that. Are there any questions? Alderman Lopez.
Just a comment worth noting on the map that was provided. It shows that the new plan has an impact of 633 square feet, whereas the old plan or alternate plan has 2,374 and goes right through Greeley Park. So
Yeah.
I think this makes sense to adjust it this way.
It does, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, from the walkthrough, the original plan did not affect as many mature trees. I think there's going to be one mature tree, if I'm not mistaken. I know Alderman Dowd was there as well, so he might be able to say whether or not I was right. But I think that directly there may have been one with the 673.
There is. I talked to the park rec manager, whatever his title is, and that tree roots are going to be cut. How it affects the tree, we don't know.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if it was just the roots are going to be cut or if he's going to actually have to remove the tree. I remember that was a discussion on it, but.
The tree is on private property.
Oh, that one's on the other side there. I was talking about the one that was right next to the property line there. I think there was a possibility that one was going to have to be removed. But in the long run, it's less foliage. And one of the concerns that both Mr. Hudson and I had was the view from Manchester Street, being able to see into the property line and not having quite as much foliage and tree to block it. Where this one, the way it's coming in, you don't see the property unless you walk down that path, which you see now anyway. So, any other questions? Alderman Lopez.
Do we know if we have any kind of liability by the owner of the tree if like it doesn't do so well? What happens with roots cut?
I don't know.
Just so you know, when a tree or its roots encroach on other people's properties, all bets are off here.
Okay, so it's usually looked at the other way around.
Yeah.
Like it's not a valuable tree. It's more like the tree's a trespasser. Okay.
The trees are
It's
trust.
the tree's path.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor, let's see, of making a favorable recommendation for R 23-123, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Seeing none, should I say this properly? That motion is carried.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, and thank you to our Penchuck friends for helping out, especially Pete Tedder, it's been great.
And I truly appreciate, I was gonna say it under general discussion, but I'll say it here, I truly appreciate everyone's efforts and bending. And I know there was a lot of bending and things did get delayed, but I think by the end of the month, this can actually happen, so. Thank you so much.
That's great, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. General discussion? Seeing none. Public comment? Seeing none. Remarks by Alderman? Alderman Moran.
Just want to wish all those who celebrated a happy Pride Month.
Thank you very much, and it's going to be a good month. Thank you, good night.
I know.
It's going to be a good month, I can feel that. So, any other remarks? Alderman Dow.
Congratulations to all the high school graduates tonight and tomorrow night from both high schools.
And be safe out there, please. Alderman Lopez.
Tree Street's Block Party is this Sunday. It will be celebrating Father's Day and Juneteenth, so everybody come by from 1 to 5, and also there's a street closure for it. So traversing Ash Street from Central Street to West Hollis from 12 to 5 will not be a thing.
And that's on the 18th, right? Sunday, the 18th?
Yep.
Is that correct? Okay. Thank you. Any other remarks? Seeing none. Alderman O'Brien?
A motion to adjourn?
All those in favor?
Aye.
And those opposed? And the meeting ends at 7:12 PM. Thank you, everybody. And you can stop that. Thank you, everybody. Thank
Took
you.
you long to
Larry.
walk over.